So let's start in a seated position. And if you want to be supported by your block, then sit on your block. And if you'd like to be supported by a wall as well as your block, then lean yourself against a wall. So when you do that, or if you do that, just keep your spine nice and long, but feel free to just rest a little bit into the support of the surfaces behind you and underneath you. And then gently let the eyes close down. And start to deepen and lengthen both the inhales and the exhales. And start to focus your attention on the feeling of the breath in the sides of the ribs. So as you inhale, draw the sides of the ribs out. And as you exhale, soften the shoulders, create a bit of space in between the teeth at the back of the mouth, softening the jaw. And noticing if there's any tension in the forehead, the muscles around the eyes, and softening there too. And then continuing to keep your focus on deepening your breath, breathing in, expanding the sides of the ribs. And breathing out, drawing the low belly in just a little bit, like 30%. Take a few breaths like that, breathe in and fill the sides of the ribs. And breathe out and draw the low belly in. Really getting a sense of your body starting to settle and land. And as much as you can, keeping the attention, your focus on the feeling sense of the breath. It's really easy for the attention to go somewhere else. See if you can fascinate on your breath. Like every new breath is just an opportunity to feel into your current, this moment reality. Softening the shoulders and softening the jaw, creating space in between your teeth. And then we'll take some alternate nostril breathing. So bring your right index and middle finger to your forehead and cover up your right nostril with your thumb. Breathe in through your left nostril and breathe out through your right. Breathe in through your right nostril and breathe out through the left. Again, breathing in through the left, holding the breath in and breathing out through the right. Breathing in through the right. Hold the breath in at the top and breathe out through the left. And take 2 more rounds. So left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left. Pausing at the top of the inhale, just really getting a sense of how it feels to have the breath all filled up. And then once you're done, just gently releasing the arms. And taking a deep breath in through the nose, reaching the arms up over the head. And then exhale, draw the hands back through your heart center. Breathe in all the way down to the low back. Reach the arms up. And exhale, draw the hands back through heart center. One more like that, breathing in, reaching the arms up. And then breathing out, drawing the hands back to heart center. Good, and then coming into Baddha Konasana, so you can stay on your block if you want to stay on your block, but bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees drop out to the side. And then bring your right hand out in line with your right hip and release your head and your neck over towards the right hand side. The soles of the feet are pushing together, but you're trying to let the thighs be nice and soft. And then bring your left hand to the base of your left thigh. Take an inhale all the way down into that left hip. And then exhale, push the left thigh muscle towards the knee, like you're trying to create more space in your left hip. Release the hand, take an inhale down into the left hip. And then exhale, push the thigh muscle towards the knee, like you're trying to push the thigh away from your body. One more like that. Inhale, breathe into your left hip. And then exhale, push the thigh muscle away. And then keep the head and the neck released over towards the right hand side and hover your left fingertips 6 inches off the mat for neck release. Breathe all the way up into the left side of the neck. And exhale, draw the left shoulder blade in towards the spine. Start to get a sense of those tiny little tissues and muscles that are holding on there, being filled up with your inhale and softening with your exhale. Take one more breath here. And then take an inhale and bring your left arm up and over, coming into a side bend. And exhale, root down that left hip. Release the head and the neck completely over towards the right hand side. Inhale, create more space between your left ribs and your left hip with your breath. And exhale, soften your forehead and your jaw. Release that left hand down. Bring the right hand to support the side of the face. And then draw the head up to center. Good. Coming over to the other side. Bringing the left hand down and releasing the head and the neck to the left side. Bringing the right hand to the base of the right thigh. Taking an inhale all the way down into that right hip. And then exhale, push the right hip away from you, like you're trying to push the thigh bone towards the knee. Again, inhale, breathe all the way down into that right hip. And exhale, push the thigh bone away, creating space in your hips, softening your hips as much as you can. One more breath in. And then exhale, pushing the thigh bone towards the knee. And then hovering the right fingers 6 inches above the mat with the arms straight for neck release. Inhale, breathing all the way up into the right side of your neck. And exhale, soften that right shoulder, draw the shoulder blade in towards the spine. Take another couple of breaths here, feeling for really creating space in your neck with your breath. Good. And then inhale, reach your right arm up and over. And exhale, release your right hip down into the mat or the block. Inhale, create more space all of the way down the right side of your body, filling that side of your body with your breath. And then exhale, soften the forehead, soften the jaw. Release the right arm down. Bring the left hand to support the head, and then draw the head up to center. And then hug your knees in towards your chest and just give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. Maybe bringing your forehead down towards the knees. And then bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, hips width distance apart, and hold onto the back of the hamstrings. Take an inhale and lift your chest up. And then exhale, round the back, draw the chin in, doing like a cat-cow movement. Inhale, roll forwards on your sitting bones, lift the chest up. And exhale, round the spine, drawing the chin in, draw the low belly in. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale to round. One more like that. Inhale, lift the chest up. And exhale, round. Inhale, come back into a neutral position. So you're rolling forwards a little bit on your sitting bones. You've got a nice kind of anterior tilt of your pelvis. And then keep the hands on the back of the thighs, but come up onto your tiptoes, keeping the back nice and long. Get a sense of breathing into the sides of the ribs and drawing the low belly in. Option to stay here or to hover your shins off the mat, parallel to the ceiling, spreading through your toes. Maybe releasing your fingertips forwards and keeping your breath full and deep, breathing into the sides of the ribs. And if the shoulders are creeping up towards the ears, just soften them down the back, but keep the low belly really toned and drawn in. Take one more breath. And then exhale, roll all the way down onto your back. And keep your hands on the backs of your thighs. And come into like a happy baby. Just start to move a little bit around the back part of your body. Feeling into and breathing into the back of the body as you release down into the ground. And then bring the hands onto the knees and start to take some circles with your knees around the hip joints. So either both knees can go together in a circle or you can take them in opposite directions. Keep breathing deeply here, all the way down into your hips. Good, and then bring your feet down onto the ground, hips width distance apart with the knees bent. And clasp the hands behind the back of the head and send the elbows up towards the ceiling. Take an inhale all the way down into the low back. And then exhale, push the low back down into the mat. Draw the low ribs in. Take an inhale into the sides of the ribs. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. And exhale, lift your elbows up towards the ceiling and draw the low belly down, lifting the shoulder blades up off the mat. Inhale, breathe into the sides of the ribs. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. And then exhale, lift the elbows towards the left knee. Lift the left knee up over the left hip. The right foot stays grounded. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, release the left foot down, come back to center. Hold the breath. Push the low back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, lift the elbows towards the right knee, the right foot lifts up. Pull the low belly down.
Inhale, come back to center, bring both feet down. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. Exhale, lift the elbows to the left knee, push through the right foot and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center, hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. Exhale, lift the elbows to the right knee and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Option to stay here or to bring your knees up over the hips with the shins parallel to the ceiling, spreading through the toes. Take another inhale into the sides of the ribs. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. Exhale, send the elbows to the left knee. Bring the right leg out at 45 degrees. Reach through the ball of the right foot and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. Exhale, send the elbows to the right knee. Reach out through the ball of the left foot and pull the low belly down. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone. Exhale, lift the elbows to the left knee. Reach out through the ball of the right foot and pull the low belly down. Take another inhale here. An option to bring the back of that right hand to the outside of the left thigh. And then exhale, lift up your left elbow, left shoulder blade. Pull the low belly down. One more. Inhale, come to center. Hold the breath. Push the low back down, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, lift the elbows to the right knee and reach away through the ball of your left foot and pull the low belly down. Option to stay here or to bring the back of the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. And then exhale, lift up your right elbow, right shoulder blade. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, release the head, release the feet. Release the arms down by your sides. And take a few deep breaths all of the way down to the low belly and the low back. Feeling that intensity of the work that your belly's been doing and filling that part of your body with the breath. Starting to come into communication with it. Good, and then we'll come into a bridge pose. So the feet stay hips width distance apart. Take an inhale down into the low back. And then exhale, push through the feet and lift the hips up into the air. Option to stay here or to push down through your left foot. Take an inhale and draw the right knee in towards the chest. And then exhale, straighten that right leg up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing down with your left foot, reaching up through your right foot. And keep the breath full and deep. And if you're trying to help your legs with your jaw or your neck or your shoulders, if you can, just letting those parts of your body soften. Release the right foot down if it's lifted. Take an inhale and draw the left knee in towards the chest. And exhale, straighten the left leg up towards the ceiling. Pushing down through that right foot and keeping the hips lifted. Filling the space between the ribs and the hips with your breath. Release the left foot down. Take an inhale at the top. And then exhale to curl the upper, middle, and lower parts of your back all the way down, keeping the tailbone tucked at the bottom. And then hugging the knees in and starting to rock yourself forwards and backwards along the length of the spine. Eventually coming up into a seated position and then coming forwards onto your hands and knees for tabletop. The hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees are underneath the hips. And then spreading the fingers wide, taking some circles of your shoulders around your wrists. Just really intentionally gripping the mat with the tips of your fingers to protect your wrist joints. And then circling the other way. Good. And then coming back to a neutral position, taking an inhale to drop the belly, open the chest. And then exhale to push through the mat, rounding the spine, drawing the chin in. Take a few more breaths in your cat-cow. Or in any other movement that feels helpful for your body, around your shoulders, your hips. Keeping your breath nice and deep and starting to explore the physical sensations in the back of the body with your breath. And then coming back into a neutral position with the spine, tucking the tailbone under just a little bit so you notice the low belly drawing in. And then inhale and reach out your right leg behind you. Option to stay here or also to reach out the left arm in front of you. Take an inhale and reach away through the right foot and the left arm. And then exhale, hug the elbow towards the knee underneath your body. Inhale, reach away through the left arm, the right foot. And then exhale, hug them in. One more inhale, reach away. And exhale, hug them into the middle. Place the right knee and the left hand down. Inhale, reach the left leg out behind you. Maybe the right arm out in front. Take another inhale here. And then exhale to curl in towards the middle. Inhale to reach out. And exhale to curl into the middle. One more inhale, reaching out. And exhale to curl in. Bringing the right hand down, the left knee down, and then stepping back into a plank position. And you can always have your knees down in your plank. And taking a moment to breathe here, pushing the ground away, tucking the tailbone under and drawing the low belly in. Taking one more inhale into the sides of the ribs. And then exhale, lifting the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Taking one inhale in your downward facing dog. Exhale, come forwards into a plank position. Take an inhale here. And exhale, option to hover your knees just off the mat. Inhale back into your plank. And exhale, push the hips back up, downward facing dog. One more like that. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, coming into plank. Taking an inhale here. Exhale, maybe hovering the knees off the mat. Inhale back into your plank. And then exhale, push back up into a downward facing dog. And taking a few breaths here, maybe bending and straightening the legs. Maybe moving the hips a little bit from side to side, and as much as you can, releasing the back of the head and the back of the neck. And then bring your knees down onto the mat. Push through your knees and your left hand. Take an inhale and reach the right arm up into the air. And exhale, thread that right arm underneath the left arm. Come onto the outside edge of the right cheek or the forehead. And see if you can start to breathe here into that space in between your shoulder blades. Inhale, push into the left hand and bring the right hand back to center. And then straight onto the second side. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, thread that left arm underneath. Come onto the outer edge of the left side of the face or the forehead. And soften the left side of your face down into the ground. And then invite your breath into the space in between the shoulder blades. And then pushing yourself back up into a tabletop position. And then pushing yourself back up into a downward facing dog. And starting to walk your feet forwards towards your hands at the top of the mat. Coming into a standing forward fold. And releasing the back of the head and the back of the neck. Option to bring the thumbs into the inner elbows. Or to bring the hands clasped behind the back of the head, maybe using your thumbs to give your neck a little bit of a massage. And really feeling free here to sway the upper body, to nod the head, shake the head, releasing any tension, any effort, anything that's holding on in your face, the back of the head and the back of the neck. And take a couple of breaths here in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Release the arms down and put a bend in your right knee. So it's kind of bending a little bit forwards. And bring your right fingertips down in front of your feet. And then reach your left arm up into the air for a twist. So the left leg stays straight. And again, breathe into the sides of the ribs. Maybe relax the back of the head and the back of the neck. Switching sides, bending the left knee, bringing the left fingertips down to the mat, and reaching the right arm up into the air. Sending the breath all the way into that space in between the shoulder blades. Good, releasing the right hand down and drawing the lower belly in and slowly rolling yourself up into a standing position. Good. And then reaching the arms up into the air and bringing your left hand to take your right wrist. And then starting to bend over towards the left hand side. Inhale, breathe space all of the way down the right side of the body. And then exhale, soften the neck, the jaw, the forehead. Inhale, come back up to center. Switch hands, bring the right hand to take the left wrist. And bend over towards the other side. Good. Come back to center and release your arms. And bring the hands either together in front of the heart or take them over the heart. And just let the eyes close down and take a couple of breaths into your heart space. Tuning into whatever's present for you. And if you have an intention for the rest of your practice, maybe just committing to whatever it is that matters to you, whatever it is that draws you back to this space on your mat. And then releasing the arms. We'll take some sun salutations. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. Exhale, fold forwards and draw the low belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come back into a plank position. Take one inhale here. Option to drop the knees as you exhale down onto your belly. Bring the hands forward to the shoulders. Take an inhale and draw the upper ribs forwards. And exhale, imagine you're dragging the hands back towards the hips as you bring yourself down, pushing back into a downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or jump, top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, draw the hands back to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering yourself down towards the ground. Inhale, draw the ribs forwards into your cobra. And exhale, draw the shoulder blades down the back as you lower down and push back into downward facing dog. Really spreading through your fingers with your downward facing dog and lifting the sitting bones up and back to the back top corner of the room. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or jump, top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, pushing through the feet. Exhale, draw the hands back to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, this time step the left foot back and bring the left knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And then exhale, cactus your arms and open your chest. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you draw the elbows down. A couple more like that. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And one more. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Release the left hand down next to the right foot. And then option to tuck your left toes under, reach out through the left heel, and reach your right arm up into the air. And from here, we'll come into a variation of a side plank. So either dropping the left knee down and stepping the right foot back, or you can roll onto the outside edge of the left foot and then stack the right foot on top of the left foot. Drawing the left shoulder away from the left ear. And then bringing the right hand down, taking an inhale here. Exhale to lower yourself down towards the ground. Inhale, draw the ribs forwards. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take one inhale in your downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the air. And exhale, step your left foot forwards. Release your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And this time, just let the hips settle into your low lunge, starting to bring a little bit of stillness. Inhale, breathe into the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push through the sole of your left foot and curl your pubic bone in towards your belly button. Take another breath here. And then release your right hand down next to your left foot. Option to tuck the right toes under, reaching out through the right heel. And then reach the left arm up into the air. Drawing that right shoulder away from the right ear. And then coming into your variation of side plank. So either the knee comes down and the left foot steps back, or you roll onto the outside edge of that right foot and stack the left foot on top of it. And see if you can bring a little lift at the corner of your lips in your side plank. Drawing your right shoulder away from your right ear. Good. Release the left hand down. Option to come straight into downward facing dog or through another vinyasa. And when you're in your downward facing dog, taking an inhale through the nose and an exhale out through the mouth. Softening the back of the head and the back of the neck. Again, inhaling through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, reach the right leg up into the air. And exhale, hug the right knee in towards the nose. Bring the shoulders forwards over the wrists. Inhale, push through the hands, reach the right leg up. Exhale, hug the right knee in, bring the shoulders forwards. Inhale, reach the right leg up. And this time we're going to step the right foot forwards between the hands. Stay on the toes of your left foot. And then come up into your high lunge, but let the arms drop down by the sides. For shoulder shrugs, inhale, breathe into the upper back. Lift the shoulders up, send them back, and exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you draw them down your back. Inhale, breathe into the upper back. Lift the shoulders up, send them back, and exhale, squeeze them together, draw them down the back. One more, inhale, breathe into the upper back. Lift the shoulders up, back, and exhale, squeezing them together. And then inhale, reach your arms up into the air. Option to clasp your hands, clasping all of your fingers except for your index finger. And really pushing down through both feet and then getting a sense of lifting up through your chest. Maybe even taking your gaze up. Again, inhale, breathe into the sides of your ribs. And exhale, push through your right foot, reach away through the heel of your left foot. Good, and then release the arms. Bring the left knee down. And we're going to take a twist, but see if you can get your right leg in a right angle and your left leg in a right angle. And then bring your right hand to the base of your right thigh. Take an inhale, reaching the left arm up. And exhale, hook your left elbow over your right thigh. And either bring a fist in your left hand with your right hand on top, or bring the palms together. Take an inhale and breathe into the sides of the ribs. And then exhale, push down with your left upper arm. Start to send the center of your chest in line with your hands. Good. Release the hands down either side of your right foot. Step back into a plank position and then lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. And clasp the hands behind the lower back. Maybe the elbows stay bent, Or maybe you can start to straighten the arms. If you feel like your shoulders are rolling forwards, keep the elbows bent and try and roll the shoulders back. Take an inhale all the way down into the belly and start to lift up your chest, your shoulders, and your head off the mat. If this feels okay for your back, you can also lift your feet up off the mat. And then taking a few deep breaths here, maybe you can start to straighten the arms, lifting the hands away from the low back, lifting the chest up into the air, reaching away through the balls of both of your feet. And then release yourself down. Bring one side of your head onto the mat. And take a deep breath all the way down into the low back. And another one. Good, and then push yourself back up into a downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg up into the air. And then exhale, hug the left knee in towards the nose. Bring the shoulders forwards over the wrists. Inhale, push through the hands, lift the left leg up. Exhale, hug the left knee in. Inhale, push through the hands, reach the left leg up. Exhale, this time stepping the left foot forward. Stay on the ball of the back foot. And come up into your high lunge. This time, bring the elbows in line with your waist. And the palms facing upwards. Inhale, breathe into the sides of your ribs. And then exhale, draw the shoulders down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and bring the thumbs out wide. Inhale, draw the pinky fingers together. Exhale, draw the shoulders down, squeeze them together, and draw the thumbs out wide. One more like that. Inhale, draw the pinky fingers together. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down the back. And then inhale, reach your arms forwards and up into the air. Maybe again, taking that clasp of the hands with everything except for the index finger clasp. And inhale, breathe into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, reach away through the heel of your right foot, bending the left knee maybe a little bit deeper. Keeping the breath really deep and really feeling for pushing down into the ground. Maybe even getting a sense of drawing the thighs towards each other to get that lift in your upper body away from the mat. Good. Release the right knee down, setting up for a twist. Bringing the legs at right angles again and bringing the left hand to the left thigh. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, hook your right elbow over the left thigh. Either a fist in the right hand with the left hand on top, or the palms come together. And again, breathing into the sides of the ribs. And exhale, pushing down with the right upper arm, starting to twist the center of your chest towards your hands. Maybe softening through the neck. Good. Release the hands down either side of your left foot and step back into a downward facing dog. And then bring your knees down, send the knees wide, and sink back into a child's pose. And bring your forehead down onto the ground, somewhere where the forehead can rest. If it doesn't reach the ground, you can make your hands into fists and stack them on top of each other, or bring a block underneath your forehead.
And then take some breaths deep down into your low belly and your low back. Seeing if you can get a sense of really settling and landing, allowing the breath and the body to re-regulate themselves. Good, and then bringing the hands back out in front of you and tucking the toes under, lifting back up into downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up into the air, bend the right knee and open the right hip. Exhale, step the right foot forwards for warrior two. And see if you can really spread the toes of both of your feet and get a sense of pushing, or maybe not pushing, but letting the feet sink, settle down into the mat. Put a soft bend in the elbows and see if you can move from your shoulders here. Inhale, draw the shoulders back and lift the chest up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forwards and draw the chin into the chest. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forwards, drawing the chin in. One more. Inhale, draw the shoulders back, lift the chest up. Exhale, roll the shoulders forwards. Inhale, bring the arms straight out in line with your body. Flip the front palm and reverse the warrior, reaching the right arm up over the head. Take an inhale to expand the space between your right ribs and your right hip. And exhale, push your left hand into your left thigh, the thigh into the hand, maybe creating a bit more space in that right hip. And then releasing forwards, bringing the right forearm to the right thigh and reaching the left arm up over the head. Take an inhale here and then exhale, reach the left arm all the way back behind you. Inhale, reach the left arm forwards and up, taking circles with the arm. Exhale, reach it all the way back behind you. And one more. Inhale, reach the left arm forwards and up. And exhale, reaching the left arm out behind you. And then slowly come back up to center. And bring your heels in and your toes out for a goddess pose. So you want your knees tracking over your second toes, sinking down into your hips. Spreading your toes and pushing especially through the outer edges of your feet. And then option to stay here or to come up onto your tiptoes. So we're going to take lion's breaths with cactus arms. So inhale and reach the arms up into the air. And exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up. Exhale. Two more. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up. Exhale, maybe sinking the hips down. Inhale, reach the arms forwards and up. And exhale. Good, straighten the legs. And turn towards warrior two on the other side. So bend the left knee and keep the right leg straight. Bring the arms back out. Same idea. Soft bend in the elbows, moving from the shoulders. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open the chest. And exhale, roll the shoulders forwards, draw the chin in. Inhale, open through the chest. And exhale, fold forwards. Spread the toes of your back foot. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, fold forwards. Bring the arms back out at shoulder height. Flip the front palm. Take an inhale to reverse the warrior. And exhale, push the right hand into the thigh into the hand, maybe coming a little deeper. And then coming straight forwards, left forearm to left thigh. This time just inhaling and reaching the right arm up over your head. And soften the neck. Feel a long line of your body all the way from the right fingertips to the outside edge of the right foot, which is pushing down into the ground. Good. And then draw yourself back up. This time parallel your feet. Spread through your toes and push through the outer edges of the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, folding forwards, leading with your heart, hinging at your hips. Bringing the hands down, maybe to a block, maybe onto your fingertips. Maybe bring the palms down, or the hands can come underneath the legs. And take a few deep breaths down into your pelvis, your low back. Soften through the back of the head and the back of the neck. Allowing your upper body to get really long here. Good, and then bringing the hands either side of your right foot and stepping the left foot forwards to meet the right in a standing forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. And exhale, bring the hands to center. And then step your feet so they're wide enough to come into a squat. Toes out, heels in. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And exhale to start to sink yourself down. Inhale, push through the heels, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hips down. One more. Inhale, push through the heels, reach the arms up. And exhale, this time sinking all of the way down. Maybe coming onto your tiptoes in your squat to keep the back nice and long and the chest open. And then maybe letting the eyes close down here and just taking a few breaths. As much as you can, letting your hips soften a little bit. And definitely let your jaw soften a little bit. Good. And then sit yourself down onto the ground. And bring the soles of your feet back together. Bring the hands behind the back. And lift the chest up, maybe just wiggling the legs a little bit from side to side or bouncing the knees a little bit. Giving those inner thigh muscles just a little bit of permission to soften, not trying to get them to get anywhere or release, just breathing into them and letting them soften. Good. Bring your left leg out in front of you and bring the sole of the right foot to the outside of your left knee. And then we'll take a twist. Bring the right hand out behind you. Take an inhale and reach your left arm up. And exhale, either cradling that right thigh with the left arm, or you can hook your left elbow over that right knee. And if you feel like you're leaning back loads, put a bend in your left knee so you can really kind of sit up into the pose. And then as much as you can, send some breath into the upper back again. Good. Gently release and switch the legs over, extending through the right leg. Bring the sole of the left foot to the outside of the right knee, and then bring the left hand out behind you. Inhale, reach the right arm up, and exhale, cradle that left thigh with the right arm.
And start to twist your upper body towards the left hand side. Taking inhales to fill the sides of the ribs. And exhales to draw the low belly in. And then gently coming back to center. And coming out with your legs extended, and put a bend in your knees. Keep your spine nice and long. If your spine can stay really long with the legs straight, then you can do that too. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air. And then exhale, fold forwards over your legs. Soften the back of the head and the back of the neck. Soften the shoulders. And take some deep breaths down into the low back and the low belly. Bringing your attention a little bit more inwardly. Really feeling your breath. And then rolling yourself back up. Bringing the arms out at shoulder height. Plug the shoulders into the sockets and draw the low belly in. And we'll roll down onto our backs. See if you can bring your low back down first. Then the middle part of the back. And then the upper back. And hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe roll from side to side. Maybe take a happy baby. Breathing and landing again the body down into the ground. And then bringing your knees back up over your hips with the shins parallel to the ceiling and reaching the arms out alongside of the body. Taking an inhale with the knees at the center. And then exhale, drop the knees over towards the right hand side. Coming into a twist, maybe bringing that right hand onto the outer left thigh. And breathing deeply into the back of your body here. As you exhale, letting the shoulders settle away from the ears. Inhale, draw the knees up to center. And exhale, let the knees drop towards the left side. Maybe bringing the left hand onto the outer right thigh. Taking a deep breath into your back. And exhale out through your mouth. One more like that. Exhale out through the mouth. And then bring your knees back to center. Either plant your feet on your mat, the feet are nice and wide, and let the knees drop into the center. Or you can bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees drop out wide to the side. An option to bring one hand over the low belly and one hand over the heart. And as much as you can here, let your elbows soften. So it depends on the length of your arms, how close you can get to your belly and your heart. But let the elbows not be doing any work. And then inhale deeply down into your low belly. And exhale, allow your hips and your pelvis to really rest into the ground. Take a couple more breaths here. then inhale, breathe into the space around your heart, including the back of your heart. And exhale, let the back of the heart and the chest to just release down. And then taking a couple more breaths to connect those two spaces. So maybe breathing deeply in and filling the belly and the heart and the hips at the same time. And then exhaling, letting the body go. And from here, we'll move into Shavasana. So taking any blankets that you'd like to take, or any socks, or any jumpers, or any other movements. And then gradually finding yourself settling down on the ground. Letting the toes drop wide. Tucking the tailbone under to lengthen the low back. And shuffling the shoulders away from the ears. And really letting your body land. Softening your forehead, your cheeks and your eyes. And giving yourself permission, as much as you can, to let go. To rest. And to really let your body melt into the surface that you're resting on. And coming into stillness. And gently starting to deepen your breath now.
Maybe taking some little movements with your fingers, your toes. Maybe taking a stretch, reaching the arms up over the head. And then hugging the knees in towards the chest. And giving yourself a squeeze. And rolling over to whichever side feels comfortable for you. And just pausing there for a moment, letting the body rest into the ground. And then gently bringing yourself back up into a seated position. And bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Lengthening through the back of your neck and lowering your gaze. And taking a few deep, committed breaths into your heart space. And we'll close the practice with the sound of an Om together. So if it feels okay to Om in your space, you can do that. Otherwise, you can just listen. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Om. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice this evening. Namaste. If anyone's got any questions and wants to, or just wants to say hello, you're welcome to say hello. Otherwise, look after yourselves and have a nice week.
Thank you, Alice.